Right, breaking inputs there coming in. You can see on your screens it's 12:30 on the clock, and this is Gopal Krishna Gandhi, the nominee there of the UPA and other 17 opposition parties, who is their vice presidential candidate, thronged by one and all of the opposition. We have the former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, along with Congress President Sonia Gandhi. We also have the chief of the JDU. You can see Mr. Sharad Yadav. We have Sita Yechury of the CPI, Derek O'Brien of the TMC. So all opposition political parties with the same ideology coming in together to show support to Mr. Gopal Krishna Gandhi, who is the nominee of the UPA and its allies for this vice presidential election on the 5th of August. So it's a battle for the race of the vice presidential candidate now between Venkaiah Naidu, who's been a very, very seasoned and a veteran in politics, along with Mr. Gopal Krishna Gandhi, who has been the former governor of West Bengal. On your screens right now on the left-hand side, we're looking at Gopal Krishna Gandhi giving his nomination papers, filing in, doing the formalities over there, and post which we're going to be seeing, of course, how all parties decide which way they have to go. For the moment, on your screens is 17 opposition parties today that have come in together to give their support, to pledge their support to Gopal Krishna Gandhi, who has been the former governor of West Bengal. On one end, we have Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, who has been an MLA, an MP, a party president, union minister during NDA 1, holding several portfolios right now in NDA 2 as well. And on the other hand, we have Mr. Gopal Krishna Gandhi, who not just has the legacy of the great Mahatma, but also who has been the governor of West Bengal. But talking about the numerics over here, it is the Electoral College that matters, which has close to 790 MPs in total, both in the Rajya Sabha as well as the Lok Sabha. The BJP, of course, seems very confident. It has been maintaining it will get somewhere close to 500 out of the rest of the seats over there, saying there will be also the issue of cross-voting, because when we talk about Venkaiah Naidu, he's a person who has the liking across political lines. He has been in active politics through the times of NDA 1. He joined, of course, at an early age of politics. You can also see on your screens Congress VP Rahul Gandhi, who is also there, along with Derek O'Brien, Sita Yechury of the left, Mr. Sharad Yadav. We have, of course, Congress President Sonia Gandhi. And there we have Gopal Krishna Gandhi, who is the vice presidential candidate of the UPA, and then the former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. Live visuals that are coming to you from right now as we speak. But on the right-hand side are visuals just about an hour ago, when we had Mr. Venkaiah Naidu going ahead and filing in his nomination papers for this vice presidential fight, which is slated on the 5th of August, results of which will be declared by the 10th. That's the latest news that's coming in. It is Naidu versus Gandhi for the vice presidential elections. The BJP, as we know, has had a decision of Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. There was a lot of consensus amongst all the members within the BJP, and it seems that the NDA is firmly backing because Mr. Naidu's victory seems very easy, looking at the numbers stacked up in the Electoral College there for the BJP. So we'll have a BJP nominee as the president, and we'll also have a BJP nominee as the vice president as well this time around. Let's go across to my colleague Jayasilan joining us with the latest. Jayasilan, we are tracking live visuals of Gopal Krishna Gandhi, who's the nominee of the UPA, along with Congress President, former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, the left, the JDU, along with, of course, the TMC, all together in that process right now.
Well, actually, I mean, this is just, kind of a tit for tat. The BJP, of course, with all his entourage, with all the who's who of the party, were there, of course, when Venkaiah Naidu filed the nomination for the post of the vice president. And now it is the turn of Gopal Krishna Gandhi, actually. So naturally, he has to be flanked by all the bigwigs of the party, bigwigs of various parties that actually support his candidature. Therefore, we find, Sita Yechury, Derek O'Brien, Sonia Gandhi, and Manmohan Singh and all that. So the election, of course, is going to take place on the 5th, and the counting also would take place on the same day, and we would get to know the result by that evening. Today happens to be the last day, of filing, the last date for filing the nominations for the post, and therefore, both the main candidates have actually done that. So it's just now the battle lines have been drawn. Now we'll have to wait for the 5th of August to actually, get the results officially announced, even though we know that, Gopal Krishna Gandhi is fighting a losing battle, and that Venkaiah Naidu is all set to become the next Vice President of India.
Jessiran, explain to us, when we talk about the numbers over here, we speak of how easy it's going to be for Mr. Venkaiah Naidu to become the next Vice President of the country, somebody who will also be responsible for running the Rajya Sabha. The Rajya Sabha has been a sticky issue there, isn't it, for the government, because looking at the numbers that the BJP does not really have in the Rajya Sabha, having Mr. Venkaiah Naidu over there, who has had a very good relationship with all political parties over the years, simply because of his experience, his hard work, his earnestness, be it an MLA, an MP, a party president, or perhaps a union minister during NDA 1, NDA 2. It could be getting easier now for the government for a smooth functioning of the Rajya Sabha.
That's right, Akshay. That in fact was one of the considerations, that went into making him the vice presidential candidate of the NDA, because clearly they don't have the numbers and they don't hope to actually increase the numbers before the end of this tenure. So naturally, a man who has had a rich legislative experience here, having been a parliamentary affairs minister, having been a 4-term member of the upper house, the BJP-led NDA believes that he will be able to, of course, help the party in so many ways. And also, the witty remarks of Venkaiah Naidu and his alliterative style, of course, will come in very handy to handle very tough situations. That is something very much intrinsic to his personality, and so the BJP and he himself believes that, of course, that of course will help him actually smoothen the atmosphere, to lighten the atmosphere whenever it gets out of hand. So, so many considerations going into that, and Venkaiah Naidu aptly fits the criteria, fixed by the BJP for the post of the vice president.
Right. Stay with us, Jessilan, because we're tracking in very interesting visuals that are coming to us right now of how Congress President Sonia Gandhi is having a conversation there with Mr. Gopal Krishna Gandhi. Of course, there is a backing of about 17 parties, opposition parties, that have all come together. And this has been a battle of ideology. That is something the Congress party has maintained all along. And that is what these 17 parties are also doing today. We saw how today the BSP Supremo also walked out when it's about ideology. It's about how the opposition is not being allowed to speak. It's the allegations that have come in from the opposition against the government. But when it comes to the vice presidential race, Jessilan, this is a battle that Gopal Krishna Gandhi is going to lose. But let's just anyways talk about Mr. Gopal Krishna Gandhi, his contribution, the legacy of the Mahatma and the former governor of West Bengal.
Right, Gopal Krishna Gandhi has that lineage, being the son of, the grandson of Mahatma Gandhi and also that of Rajaji. So he is a link between the north and the south as well. Rajaji, of course, was a towering figure there in the Madras presidency, and here you had Mahatma Gandhi, we know he was the father of the nation. So, but that does not acquire much of attraction in the 21st century. So that is one thing. In addition to which, he is also a former IAS officer, a distinguished officer, if I may say so. And also he has, served in missions abroad like South Africa. So, in addition to which he has authored a lot of books. He has served as the governor of West Bengal, and at one point, he had very serious differences with the left, when Buddhideva Bhattacharya was there in office with regard to some power shutdown and all that. But despite that, the left, of course, has come forward because they wanted to actually, they wanted to have somebody non-political, there to fight, to take on the BJP candidate. He also is seen as apolitical, despite being the grandson of, Mahatma Gandhi. So in that way, he is, of course, a distinguished candidate, as far as the accomplishments go, but then the arithmetic did not favor him. So it is just a mere token contest.
And if we talk about the campaign per se, we're not going to be seeing any active campaigning because we've been discussing how this is a losing battle already there for Mr. Gopal Krishna Gandhi. But it's unfortunate that for the position of the Vice President as well, we've been seeing a lot of mudslinging that has begun already. We've seen the likes of Shiv Sena that have attacked the UPA's nominee over there, Mr. Gopal Krishna Gandhi, somebody who is not a supporter of death penalty, but unfortunately the Shiv Sena wanted to make it about terror and how he wanted to save Yaqub Memon from being sent to the gallows.
That, of course, has really created a lot of, negative perception about Gopal Krishna Gandhi. He is really admired for all his accomplishments, for his achievements, for his track record, all through his career. But then, that one particular incident where he actually, favored reconsideration of the mercy plea submitted to President Mukherjee, a letter that was written to him in 2015 requesting the president to actually reconsider that mercy plea, really, went down very badly. Now his reputation and image has really taken a huge beating because of that. Coming as it does on the eve of the vice presidential election, that too after the opposition actually, 18 parties threw their weight behind him. This is terribly embarrassing not only to the Congress, but also to other opposition parties and also to himself. Remember, he actually, spoke in favor of a convict who actually was convicted for a serious, serial blast case in Mumbai that happened in 1993. 257 people lost their lives. Over
Yes.
700 got injured in that, series of 13 coordinated blasts there in Mumbai.
That's true, but it was
naturally speaking in
primarily
favor of
about
him,
opposing death penalty in the country, not really about saving just Yaqub Memon. Yaqub Memon, of course, was the convict responsible for that very ghastly terror strike, but the fact is that he's somebody who's always opposed death penalty. It could be Yaqub Memon or it could be anyone else, isn't it, Jasil? And I request you to stay with us, please. We have more political reactions that have been coming in on this vice presidential race. Now the focus is on that. Let's take a listen in.
इस पूरे चुनाव को कम्युनल रंग देने का प्रश्न आता है कहाँ? मुझे बताइए, क्या ये सच बताना, लोगों के सामने सच लाना या कांग्रेस का अज्ञान दूर करना, ये कोई कम्युनलिज्म नहीं है, ये हमारी देश की भावना है। तो ये कांग्रेस पार्टी को समझना चाहिए वो क्या बयान दे रहे हैं, वो अपने बयान में फंस रहे हैं, ऐसा मत करो। देश हित के मामले में आप ऐसे संकीर्ण विषय मत लाइए।
All right.